Now we're ready. All right. So begin the work session, and of course, making the announcement that the meeting will be recorded. Does anybody here like to have any public comments? No. All right. If not, let's move on to the new items. First item on the agenda is opening bids for the CDBG Center Street Reconstruction Project in Clarendon.
That will be re-advertised, and we did not get any bids.
Be a
No
very
bids.
quick segment.
No bids. Okay, there are no bids, no decisions. All right. The next one is the Highmark Master Health Services Agreement. And this has to do with the pharmacy benefit administrative services. And this is a renewal, if I remember correctly, of our current arrangement. And our benefit consultant recommended us signing and approving this.
Yes.
Very good. So anybody have any comments or questions?
So that'll be on the agenda for us.
So we'll put that on the agenda. It looks like the fee associated with this is $5 per contract holder per month. And in the event that there's a change in enrollment decreasing by more than 10%, it looks like they have the opportunity to renegotiate. So that's what that's for, and it would be through the end of 2024. Very good. And then the highlight of the day, review proposals received for the Broadband Project. I am tickled pink to see that we received 5 proposals. I was able to review 3 of them this weekend. The other 2 just came in today, this morning. What was I'm sorry.
The deadline was this morning.
That was my question. So they're also
Yeah,
eligible.
so, yep.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of fresh to these, and in fact, we got the other ones at the end of last week, so.
Yeah. So just to take a look at them, one of them was by Design 9, Broadband Planners. They have done work for Southern Allegheny Planning and Development Commission, so they're familiar with the topography and the landscape and needs that we would have here in rural Pennsylvania.
They came highly recommended from the folks in the south.
That's the first one. The next one was called Big Bang Broadband. Which is also very interesting.
They're a bit bigger firm and out of Florida.
Yeah.
And I think they were another one that was recommended by Westmoreland to look into.
They clearly have lots of experience across the country. There's a Mojave Electric Cooperative and another project in Florida. I think their return address is Tampa, Florida, on the proposal itself. And then they're really very comprehensive, from doing a feasibility study to actually launching a project, which may include an authority that in the end acts as an ISP. The third one was Micro Baker International. They highlighted their ISP relationships in this community. They also had done some work for Northwest Commission's Technology Action Plan, and some project experiences in Westmoreland County, Fayette County as well, and then some in the Pittsburgh area, Washington, Armstrong counties. of references, there's no doubt. And the budget looks pretty significantly different just because of the type of scope of work in which they're presenting, so. And then, what we received today was Technology Plus Incorporated, a division of the RMH Group. They are in Lakewood, Colorado. So I have not reviewed the two that we received this morning, and I think there'll be a lot of work to be done in evaluating each one of these proposals. Just seeing which one would best fit what we're looking for and what we want a good outcome to be. And then CTC, Technology and Energy, and they are in Kensington, Maryland. No. Let's see where the budget was. Project scope. That's the timeline. And they're just basically sharing an hourly rate depending on what type of services we're interested in, which ranges from a technician under $30 an hour to a chief technology officer, $350 an hour. As far as the price tag for these services, I think are very much in line with the type of services that they would be interested in providing. Anywhere from like 67 grand to 940,000. So we have a lot of work in front of us to evaluate each one of these. Anything else? Comments? Thoughts?
Yeah, there'll definitely have to be a lot of follow-up with the companies themselves and also with the references. We tried to be as specific as we could with the RFP, but again, this is there's so much that can be read into with these. There's an incredibly wide range. We have a couple that are 250, we have one that's 500, we have one that's 900, and then we have one that's like 78,000 or 80,000. So the good thing is that they're all reputable companies, and there's at least a couple of really robust proposals there. So.
Well, and then I think the other thing that was important is that they all seem to have teams that have a lot of bandwidth as it relates to resources and the ability to project lead, project manage, implementation, those types of things. So, very good.
The RFP had the date as February 8th that we would make a decision, so there's time between now and then, but again, that date can be moved.
Right.
There's nothing that says that we had to. It was just to give them an idea of when we'd be.
When we would want to engage with them so they would know whether they would be getting a proposal or not. I think we probably want to put together some type of a matrix that we could use to evaluate each one of these proposals. And certainly we want our IT person involved as well. He has done some legwork on marking up what broadband services we have today and working with third parties as well to understand what their interest is. So I think that would be valuable to have Bill review those as well. All right. Anything else? So I think we probably need to just set up a process for that, I guess. So.
Yeah, there are a few people I can think of that we should probably have run through this and get their feedback, and they might be able to help with the concept of a matrix or
All right. Should we just email each other about some of those people that we would want to consider, and we just kind of go from there?
You still have an active broadband task force?
No.
Okay. That's sunsetted.
Yeah. And I think it gives us an opportunity to kind of reestablish the members of that with the experience that we have in this community. So, yeah. I mean, things have changed so much as it relates to broadband. I mean, we were trying to use a little bit of money and seeing what we could get, and then of course the world changed as it related to funding opportunities, so we want to be mindful of all that. I don't see any old items, nothing under policies and procedures. Anything under projects that anyone wants to comment on, bring up? All right, so the next item on the agenda is the upcoming commissioner meeting and board meeting. That is this Wednesday. Is there much on that agenda? Oh, yeah. Okay.
If we can get an agreement together for the English as a second language proposal, that would be nice to get on the agenda for Wednesday.
I'm not going to be here on Wednesday.
Right.
We're available to chair that meeting, so that will default to you. I'm going to be at the
Oh, that's right.
CCAP con, yeah,
Congratulations on being on the
a CCAP board member. Yeah.
Is that a first?
That's a good question, I don't know.
It might be a first.
What was
I
that
think,
proposal?
I think,
What was that proposal?
Oh, English is the second language is the thing that I emailed about this morning. You were asking if it should be on the agenda.
yeah, so I'll be in,
I think Joni has something, so it should be.
I'll be in, the Capitol building on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday we'll be setting the agenda of CCAP and establishing what the initiatives are for the year, so.
Great. Congrats.
Okay, anyway, stop. I'm stopping, I'm not gonna say anymore. But anyways, I won't be here for that, I apologize.
No
We
problem.
should put a press release out on that.
Excuse me?
We should put a press release out on that.
Yeah, it's a great honor.
Somehow, I kept saying, I don't want more responsibility in my life, less, and I keep going the wrong direction.
You're like a state leader now.
There you go, that's big stuff. So in any event, department committee updates. We of course interviewed this morning for the Veterans Affairs Director. We got a nice number of resumes for that. And we interviewed 4 individuals this morning, and I think we have a recommendation coming out of that. Jeff, I just wanted, maybe share that with you too, to kind of look at the qualified candidates and give my thoughts on that.
Sounds good.
Anything for general discussion?
So,
Everybody's keeping their mouth shut. Is there a need for executive session?
but I'm aware.
Okay.
That's what I told Jeff. I mean, it's a personnel thing. I'm not sure if it needs to be an official executive session.
Right. So, yeah. All right, well, all that said, if there's nothing else more to come before the work session, then we'll have closed the work session.
17 minutes. Not bad.